Alrighty, welcome to my tutorial for making fur on anything you want. In this case, cute little orangutan, and I made a version that is giving you his little 8 middle fingers. Isn't that cute? I can't wait to 3D print this. By the way, my STLs are available on my Etsy or Sculpt if you want to print your own. I'll also be selling little figures of this guy too if you want one, but there's the middle finger version. I also have this pencil holder version. That'll be fun. But I'll use him to show you how to make fur that looks like this. So first, let's get rid of some of the stuff. Get rid of the pencil. And, okay, check this out. This is me when I shave my beard. How embarrassing. Oh, look. This is me when I shave my legs. Oh, no. Okay, let's get rid of those. Let's start a whole new blank canvas on this beautiful ape. So, to make the fur like you saw, get your tube tool ready. I start with a path so you can edit the snap here. Snap's going to be our friend. If you never use this, what this does is this automatically makes the tube stick to the surface of objects. It goes from 0 to 200%, and this is the location of the center of the tube. At 0%, the tube is going to be on, let's validate this. So imagine a cross-section of the, I don't know why I did that. Is it? Oh, it just made a tiny tube. That's weird. Come on. There we go. Fix that radius there. Okay, so like I was saying, if it's at 0%, that means the center of the cross-section of the tube is going to be touching the surface of the model there. You can see like that. You can do this for a lot of interesting things, but ultimately, whenever one of these dots you manipulate is over any object, it's going to snap to it. So you can see it snapping down here, snaps up there, it snaps up to the face, makes like a bridge, but the center is always going to be touching. And this is how we're going to make our hair. We want it at 0%, so it's sinking into the model a bit, but you can change it if you want. It's also good for 3D printing, so you know it's fully connected. But like I said, it's any object, so even if I'm scooting it down here, it is shooting down all the way to the bottom. So you can see it connects to the base, it can connect to the foot, leg up here, and then up here. So if you've ever had this on and it's like connecting to stuff, you don't know why, it's snap. That's why. So if you turn that off, then you can start kind of free floating it around. It stays on a single plane. It doesn't zoom all the way to the back or to the front. It's just kind of staying right there in space and moving around. So let me show you if you manipulate, if you change the snap number. So let's start with path again. I'll start with clicking the face. So let's say instead you do 200%. What this means is the center of the cross-section of the tube, if it's at 100%, that means the very edge of the tube is going to be touching the model. Come on, green. Why does it do that? I don't know why it does that. Maybe it's because I have this radius all selected. But anyway, let's delete all these middles and turn it up again. So this is at 100%. Oh, maybe it's not. Oh, yep, there it is. Okay. So at 100%, you can see that the very edge of it now touches your model. So it's just barely touching there, and that's how it's going to be all over this model too. Just the edge there. And if you do 200%, then it'll be floating away from the model that much, which we don't want for our purposes, but if you want hair that's sticking out a little more, then that's how that would work. So, like I said, make sure you're at 0%. Let's get that validated. And then to make it look like fur, you're going to want to turn on profile. And I have these ones preset, but really all that's important is making sure you have some valleys, these ones here that make a corner on the inner side, and mountains, they make an outward corner. And then just make sure you've got your snap on, and you can start adding a big old strand of hair. Obviously, the next way to make it look like hair is to add the twist. I do the 2 dots so it starts to twist like that. You can also see the polygons are starting to be apparent. So if you go into the 3 dots, you can turn up your division, make it a little smoother. And then finally, to make it look like fur, turn on your radius. I do all 3 just so I can really control when it starts to taper like that. Whoops, zoop. And that is a basic fur strand. That's really all there is to it. You keep snap on to make it stick to the skin, turn snap off, and now you can make it dangle and do things. And then let me show you my other profile I use. This one's kind of random, but then I made one that's a little more geometric here. Like, whoops. Like you can see that it's very symmetrical there, and that kind of makes a more even strand of fur, but completely up to you and how you want to do it. Play around with those and the twists and the thickness there. And then when you want to add another, just go into your list, 3 dots, clone, and there's 2 of them sitting in the same spot. So now you just start moving that second one. And you don't want it to look too repeated and too even, so you can change the twist up and it looks a little more natural now. Turn snap on again, and like I said, it snaps to any object in front of it. So if I move it over to this strand of hair, now it's going to be sitting on top of this strand of hair. So you can use that for layering. And that's a good way to do that. Turn off snap so you can dangle them. And that's how you do it. I would also say another tip for making it look natural is to not make things look too even. Like let's say we clone it. And we start scooting it over. And if they're all the same length and all the same distance apart, it's going to start looking a little fake. And I mean, that works for some aesthetics you're going for. But you can see it's starting to not look as natural. You want to, let's say, vary the curviness, the thickness of some of them. And you want to clump some of them together to get big overall shapes. That's the real tip for sculpting hair and fur. Look up just sculpting hair and fur tutorials, like for people used for clay, and you'll get some good advice there on top of this. I'll even show you on my model how I ended up. Let's get rid of these guys I made. So basically, I tried to group the fur in some places. Let me turn on my reference image. So you can see even in the reference image there, it's not entirely... Let's scoot them over. Wee, jump, jump, jump. What am I doing? Okay, let's move aside this guy. So the hair is not completely even, or that would just look like too fake. It's got these overall clumps you can kind of see. So I'd clump the hair like that. There's a nice big clump here. Then on the forearms, there's like this big old clump sticking out evenly like that. And I actually did that on mine right here. You can see all the tips kind of coming out like that there. And they're all in a group. And that just adds some interest and sees them all clumped up right there. Here's another good clump here that comes to a big overall point. And I kind of tried to do that with these ones here. So like I said, don't make it too even. That's really not what you want to do. And that's pretty much it. Let me know if you have any questions on this. Because look how cute he is. Look at the little Tang ape. But you guys remember those old Tang commercials? I actually loaded one up to watch. They're super... Ooh, zoo books. Some good old millennial nostalgia here. But yeah, check out the Tang ape commercials. They were terrifying. As a kid, I was kind of scared because at the end, the ape always comes out of the straw. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Ugh, hated that. But yeah, watch it. What the? Stop it. Anyway, you guys see the movie Nope? You guys remember the movie Nope?
Like tropical
no reason. Oh, jeez. An ape could do that to your chest. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, have fun sculpting fur. Bye. How do I stop this? Stop.